In the opening scene of the movie Gladiator, which may be the greatest movie of all time, Russell Crowe plays a Roman army commander who is bolstering the courage of his men just before they charge the front lines against the enemy barbarians in this epic war scene. And as he's riding back and forth, he tells his men this one phrase: "What we do in this life will echo into eternity." I know I may not have had the charisma of Russell Crowe there, but I hope you get the point today. Jesus said in Matthew 6, "Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. But store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." There will be an accounting of our life at two different points. Number one, in this life, for those who remain after we die, it's at the funeral home. And whether good things or bad things are said, and a lot of people attend or a few people attend, really depends upon how we live this life and what we live this life for. And the second accounting, which is much more important, is when we stand before the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and God is going to say, "What did you do with Jesus, my son? Did you accept him?" And for those of us who say yes, then he's going to ask, "And what did you do with this life?" And God himself is going to ask us that question. And the eternal things are going to become treasures that go with us into eternity. Crowns, the Bible talks about, rewards. And the things that we live for that are worldly and of this earth are just going to burn up. So how do we live for what matters most? Well, I think it all boils down to what Jesus said at the end of that passage: "Where your treasure is, there your heart will also be." What we make our treasure in this life is what our heart will truly beat for. So when we make our treasure going all in with Jesus, surrendering our lives for him and others and telling the world about him, man, that becomes a life that really echoes into eternity. And a great way to do that, by the way, is to join us 2 days from now, this Sunday, for 21 days of prayer and fasting. We're going to unplug from the world. We're going to plug into heaven. And we're truly going to refocus our lives to live on what matters most, so that we can answer that call that Russell Crowe gave his men and live lives that echo into eternity.